Broadcasting from Manhattan Beach and the World Wide Web, you're listening to CHSR, HealthyLife.net.
As a service to our listeners, this program is for general information and entertainment purposes only. CHSR HealthyLife.net does not recommend, endorse, or object to the views, products, or topics expressed or discussed by show hosts or their guests. We suggest you always consult with your own personal, medical, financial, or legal advisor.
We think pretty is pretty important in all things in beauty. Welcome to RadioAMB, designed for those who want to live a long and vibrant life. I'm Patty Smucker, a licensed cosmetologist who's been in the beauty industry for over 40 years. RadioAMB stands for American-Made Beauty, and it's where we tell the secrets behind the making of health and beauty products. Our segment sponsor today is the American Influencer Awards. Influencers are playing a major role in connecting consumers to brands and giving consumers a way to speak with and to brands so that they're able to create products that truly address the consumer's needs. The American Influencers' second annual award show will be November the 18th, 2018 in Los Angeles. And right now, you can go to their website and nominate your favorite influencer for award. Go to AIAawards.com and let us know who you love to follow. This provides a great benefit for the influencers in keeping beauty moving. You know, my show today is one that speaks to my heart because, as I've reported in the past, I grew up in the beauty industry as an esthetician. And I remember when my daughter was very small, I actually made her baby food, and it was making her pureed baby food at home that inspired me to see what it would be like to take organic foods and turn them into products that I could use on my clients in my treatment room, in my facial room. And so when I found this line and that we're going to talk about today and met the founder, Joy Ekhator, I was really intrigued. And I think you will be too. Joy is originally from Nigeria, but immigrated to the United States over 20 years ago. Due to her skin problems, back-to-back pregnancies, she was driven to find a skin solution that worked for her and her family. This gave her a platform to present something near and dear to her heart. The ancient African beauty secrets passed down from many generations still work in modern times to heal the skin with potential powers. Joy's background is actually in computer sciences, but she grew up in a very traditional African home, as her father is a traditional chef and grandmother an herbalist, traditional doctor, bone setter, and traditional midwife. Joy developed her love for plants by watching her grandmother administer herbs for different ailments. Her interest in the connection between the mind, body, and soul brought Lovinah users a well-balanced experience and an opportunity to experience her personal knowledge of ancient African beauty rituals with Western fusion. Joy, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Patty, for having me.
Yes. So, Joy, tell us a little bit about, I gave a little bit of a background as far as how you grew up. Traditional African family, how does that work? And where part of the country were you in?
Nigeria. So I was born and raised in Nigeria.
Okay.
As you mentioned earlier, I've been in the United States for over 20 years.
Okay.
Tradition, my father is a chief, and what that means is we have a king, we have chiefs, and then you have prince and princesses. So in the traditional African home means we eat at home, everybody eats, everything is a ritual. Mm-hmm. So when you have a baby, when people die, for birthdays, everything is celebrated. So it's very, very, we're very rich in our culture, in our heritage. We take pride in everything we do. So it was fun growing up in Nigeria and just witnessing the different things and the different festivals, the different rituals that, that I grew up with.
And so your father's not a chef, your father's a chief. He's the royalty of
I'm trying not to laugh so hard at that, yes.
Yes.
And what that means is they are pretty much the custodians of our history.
Uh-huh.
They preserve our culture, our history, and make sure our heritage and culture doesn't go away.
Right.
So he reminds me of that every day. So remember where you're from. This is what we do. When you have a baby, there's some rituals you do. What I mean rituals, are things you go through when you bring life into this world. The special baths you take as a new mother, as a newborn baby, the things you do to the baby to welcome the baby into this world. So I grew up in a very traditional home where everything was celebrated. So all those things kind of came into my skincare brand where I want us to celebrate our sacred self. So when you look at Lovinah and look at the names of our products, it's very different. We have the Divine line, we have the Goddess Glow. So we have all those different names that celebrate each and everyone's individual, sacred self. So that's what Lovinah is about.
And talk a little bit about, I know we're going to get into the product itself, but talk a little bit about what does that mean about celebrating the sacred self?
Celebrating, I believe everybody will have our divine purpose in this life. So when you come into this world, there's a purpose, there's a destiny. It's something that's already been preordained for you to be on earth for a reason. As an individual, we're looking at the flesh, but when I talk about celebrating the divine self, I'm talking about celebrating your body, mind, and soul, where you find a balance between all these three things. So just celebrating your outside and using skincare products to fix a problem, and you still have problems internally, that doesn't work. You have to strike a balance between the internal self and also the outside. So that's what we mean by celebrating your divine self, taking care of your body, your skin from the inside out. When you're happy on the inside, it's going to show on the outside. And everything you feel on the inside is also going to show on the outside. So that's what we mean by celebrating your divine self.
And it's so amazing that when you really get down to looking at all of the traditions and the ritual belief systems around the world, there is this common thread about true beauty being an inside-out equation.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. And so tell us about, so you came here to the United States. You originally started a career in computer science, I understand.
Correct. When I actually came in the United States, I started a career as a professional model. I was a model for about 3-4 years.
Okay.
Where beauty, fashion, makeup was, pretty much the norm. Growing up when I say traditional African home again, your life is pretty much planned for you.
Uh-huh.
That means your parents want you to be a medical doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer.
Uh-huh.
So I actually started off in pre-med as a med student. And I remember after a couple of years, I realized I couldn't do it, and I changed my major from medicine to computer science. And my parents, it was a big deal in the house because they already planned it. The first that I was going to be a medical doctor, and the second child was going to be a lawyer. The third one was going to be an engineer. So when I came here, I was pretty much into computer science. I was working as a model, and then later on I switched over to computer science, and that helped me a lot in my business.
Mm-hmm. And so when you made that decision to go from computer sciences, did you have to go back and have a conversation with your parents about the fact that it was time for you to do something else?
No, it was funny. I couldn't tell them at the time. They found out eventually. I was prepared for it. So I kind of knew. I always follow my instincts. I just go with what makes me happy. And, medicine was okay because my parents wanted me to be a medical doctor, so it was okay. But my heart and soul wasn't into it. My sister is a doctor now, so I think they have a doctor in the family.
Oh, so you did get that one.
Yeah, so when I switched to computer science, I couldn't tell them for a while, and then eventually they found out. My dad, he was thinking, why would you want to do computer science? That's a man's job.
So very much of a traditionalist.
So when I started about, over 18 years ago as a computer programmer, very few women were in IT and tech work. So I found myself, I was always like the only woman in there. And I love makeup, like I told you earlier. So I was a model, so I'm going to work. You're going to see the makeup my lips are red and I'm going to wear my shoes.
Uh-huh.
The men I watched were not comfortable with it because it's a man's job. And then you see this woman coming in with her heels, and people had like this misconception, and they're looking at me, is she a computer programmer or is she a fashion specialist or what is she, you know? And then they start talking and we get down to it, and it gets really technical. So, you know, they just kind of accepted it after a long time. They got used to it.
Uh-huh. And so what was it that motivated you to actually go in and actually make a skincare line? What was the catalyst that made that change happen?
My children.
Okay.
Breastfeeding my children. So working in a very fast-paced environment, I was working as a computer programmer for an investment bank.
Uh-huh.
I was actually there for 12 years. It was very fast-paced. Everything was like, right now, you have to do it long hours. And then there came a time I got a phone call from home, and my mother was like, you know, people were asking me about grandbabies.
Mm-hmm.
When are you going to produce? When are you going to have a baby?
Uh-huh.
So I made up my mind. It was time to settle down. I had a boyfriend at the time, and we made up our minds to settle down and have kids.
Uh-huh.
And I thought it was going to be a piece of cake. You're just going to have babies just like computer programs, and everything's going to be automated. But I didn't know it doesn't work like that. So I made up my mind. We talked about it. I said, you know what, I think I want 5 kids. I want to have them back to back. And just, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. You just have to put them on a schedule and everything's going to work fine.
Uh-huh.
And people were looking at me like, Joy, something is wrong with you. You know?
You don't really know what it's going to be like.
No, I wasn't. I just thought it was going to be easy because my life, you know, was pretty. It was very, very. It was scheduled. Everything was always on time. So the first time around, I got pregnant. It was very easy. I mean, when I found I was pregnant, so when I had the baby, it was less than an hour.
Uh-huh.
When I was in labor and delivered the baby. So it was very easy. So I went ahead and said, oh, this is really cool. And then 3 months later, I got pregnant again with my daughter.
Oh, my goodness.
I know, she was so easy because the first time I was actually in labor, and I didn't know I was in labor because I didn't feel any pain. So when I got to that, my husband told me at the time and said, Joe, I think you're in labor, because I said, no, I'm a woman. I should know if I'm in labor. So I got to the hospital, and they told me, oh, you're 5 centimeters dilated, and they asked me, do you want epidural now? And I said, no, because I wasn't in any pain. And a couple of minutes later, then I felt like, okay, this pain, you know, I felt it. And I asked them for it, but it was too late. But between that time was less than 30 minutes, and the baby came, so it was easy. So I went again the second time when the baby was just 3 months old. I got pregnant with my daughter. She was super easy. I didn't have any problems, you know, hormonal problems. And then she was 9 months, and I got pregnant a third time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when everything kicked in. The hormones kicked in. It was up. And, I mean, it was everywhere. I started breaking out. My skin started changing. It was just a different ballgame at that time. So when I had them, I had really severe cystic acne, those really big, fat, painful ones. And I kept going to different dermatologists. So working as a professional model for a couple of years, about 3 or 4 years, and then just watching myself blow up and having all this acne on my face, I didn't feel I was pretty enough. People were looking at me, and some people I knew were asking, Joe, what happened to you? You know, and I was trying to dodge and just say little things like, you know, trying to avoid the conversation, but it got to a point, and one day I actually snapped. Somebody asked me, Joe, what happened to you? I said, motherhood happened to me, and it's the most beautiful thing, you know. I just have to embrace it. I can't be a size 02. I have to be who I am. So between that and then my kids having skin problems, it was just a lot of medication going on. It was just so much happening at the time. They had dry skin between my skin problems and their skin problems. It was a lot going on. And I remember the turning point was my youngest son. He was about 2.5 at the time. And the doctor was going to put him on steroids. And that was when I pretty much drew the line. He told me, I'm putting your son on steroids. When I had steroids, I'm thinking hard drugs or something crazy. I'm African. Steroids to me, I didn't know if it was like, you know, something that's going to do something damaging to my son. So I remember asking the doctor, how long is it going to be on steroids for? And he told me it's going to be on it for a couple of, you know, for some time until his skin problems goes away. And I remember turning it down. So growing up in Nigeria, I grew up with my grandmother. She was a herbalist. She was everything. And she used to make soap, traditional soap at home, cream, and name it, she made it. When you're sick, before we even go to the doctor, she already has, like, something for us to drink. You have to drink it first. And there was so much. So I called my mom and I said, you know what? I don't want to put my son on steroids. Could you send me some of the things grandma used to make? So my mother sent me like fresh shea butter, coconut oil, palm kernel oil, and all those different things we used growing up back home. Initially, my kids didn't like it because they're very strong smell.
Right.
And I started experimenting. I started playing, with different formulas. I'm adding essential oils that will help them heal their skin. And in less than 2 weeks, those severe, the eczema and all those different things they had actually went away.
Mm-hmm.
So I still wasn't interested in skincare. I was, I'm a diehard computer programmer. I'm like into codes and I'm very technical. And then my friends, because I belong to this mother, this mother's group, we all come together and talk about kids and, family and parenting. And they told me, why don't you turn this into a business? But I wasn't thinking about business at the time, so I just kind of shoved it to the side.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually it started coming up and creeping up on me, and the next question was, what am I going to name this new business? So I got home and called my 3 kids and asked them, so Mommy has a new business. What do I name this business? Because all the names I came up with, people thought those names were too technical, they were not, sensual.
Right.
So my daughter came back and she said, oh, you like natural stuff, Mommy, why don't you just call it Loving Naturals? And I said, the name is too long, Loving Naturals. By the time they type it in, it's going to take, a long time. Could you guys come up with another name? And she came back and said, Lovinah. And I'm asking her, what is Lovinah? Because it didn't make sense to me. She said, well, you asked for a short name, meaning Loving Naturals was short, So I liked the name. I trademarked it and that's how Lovinah actually started. And I started doing my research and formulating my, my products, and that's how it came about.
It's a great story. And so how did you find a formulator? You had an idea of what kinds of ingredients you wanted to put together, but how do you go from a homemade remedy to finding a formulator and a lab that can turn it into a safe product that you can market, sell to consumers?
Exactly. That's the hardest part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew what I wanted. I knew I was looking for something for dry skin, though, for the kids, and then that came back to me. So in 2015, I actually went to Africa. I was there for a while, a couple of weeks, about a month or so. And then during that time, I reflected. I thought back, what do I want Lovinah to do? Who are my audience? Who are the people I'm trying to help? And number one was me, because I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I had cystic acne. I had all those different problems with my skin. So the first thing was, what do I want? Is it just creating a generic product? They have so many skincare brands and skincare products out there. But I was looking for something that would fix a problem. And that problem at the time was fixing acne, cystic acne, hormonal breakouts, and hyperpigmentation. So being the computer person I am, the first thing I did was to research a lot of ingredients. So they have so many herbs, like Asian plants and herbs that can do so many things, but you don't know which ones are safe. So I was there for a while, and I actually created a database. And what I did was to scrap different places online, getting all these different Asian ingredients, Asian herbs, getting clinical studies, finding out so much about them that I have this huge database in front of me that was running reports out. So when I go in and say I'm looking for something for acne, it was putting all those different herbs up. So now I knew what I wanted to do, and I contacted a chemist here in Houston. And that was how we sat together. We met a couple of times to talk about what I wanted to do. And I came up, okay, these are the things I want. These are the ingredients I want to go into the formula. What I'm looking for is something that is stable, safe, not just for me, but for other people that are going to use it. So we sat together, worked on the formula. It took a lot. The whole year of 2016 was pretty much coming up with these different formulas to make sure it was stable, it was safe, and it was efficient. And that's how it started, And we eventually started over again in 2017.
Uh-huh. And so when you originally started, and I know we're coming close to the end of this particular segment, but tell us today, what is the brand and how many products are in the brand?
When I started originally, it was just 2 items. It was just the body butter and the body scrub. So those are very basic. And then in 2015, we stopped Lovinah. We spent the whole year, 2016, researching what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go with Lovinah, and then in 2017 we came up with more brands. So now we have a cleanser, which is pretty much a very simple routine that you can do every day. You cleanse, don't treat, and moisturize. So we have about 19 SKUs right now because we have a lot of masks. and we have serums as well to actually focus on every skincare problem that you have. So if you have something that works for me may not work for you, and that's a mistake that a lot of people make. I may have dry skin and you have sensitive skin. We can't use the same product. So for Lovinah, we're trying to find a balance where we have something for everybody. So we have about 6 SKUs right now in our serums. We have about 5 or so in our mask. And then we have a moisturizer and other products all tacked together.
And when you, it all sounds so exciting that you were able to put that together in just a couple of seconds. Tell us, what did you like most about building your brand?
What I like most about building the brand is actually the interaction with people. So I've been able to, being a computer programmer, I'm always behind the scenes. So you do things and you create stuff behind the scenes. So watching it, we're still creating something as a skincare brand, but it was different. Now I have to go out of my shell and talk to people. I'm an introvert. I just want to be left alone. I can stay at home and read a book or just relax and spend like hours on the computer looking at the new latest technology. So what I enjoy about building Lovinah was actually getting out of my comfort zone, having to call people. So the very first time was actually calling a retailer, and I said, okay, I have this brand. Would you mind carrying my product? That was the hardest thing ever to do. And she requested for a phone call. I sent her an email. Okay. I didn't want to call. I was like, what am I going to say to her? Like, I just started a business. So I sent her an email, and she responded back and wanted us to talk over the phone. And it was a scary moment for me. So what I enjoy most is just the interaction, meeting people from different parts of the world. They have questions, they email me, and we talk, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's teaching me to come out of my comfort zone.
Great. Cool. Yes. All right. Well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the unique ingredients that are in the Lovinah brand. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Over here. Here's a secret for a virus-free computer. ESET. They've been a pioneer in the antivirus industry for over 25 years. 25 years of innovative, top-rated antivirus protection. ESET's award-winning security solutions provide a safe online experience for over 100 million home and business computer owners. They are so affordable, fast, and simple to use. So be gone, you blue screen of death. ESET's on my computer. If it's not on yours, visit HealthyLife.net's advertiser page and click on ESET now.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
What does HealthyLife.net and Amazon.com have in common? Well, they're both available on the Internet. They both give great value. But most important, most of our positive program hosts and guests are accomplished authors, and their books are available from, you got it, Amazon.com. Now, it even gets better than that, because when you're listening on air to a HealthyLife.net host or guest, you can go directly to Amazon.com, and you can order your book while you're still listening to your favorite HealthyLife.net program. So when you hear an author you like, go to the homepage of HealthyLife.net and click on Amazon.com.
Where positive people and radio unite. HealthyLife.net.
Welcome back. This is Patty Smucker. You're listening to RadioAMB on HealthyLife.net. I'm here with the founder of Lovinah Skincare, Joy Ekhator. And Joy has developed a line that's based on bringing the rituals of the ancient African beauty traditions and blending that with a Western fusion. So, Joy, tell us a little bit about the names of your products are really unique, and I know there are a lot of really unique ingredients. Can you tell us a little bit about how you put the ingredient story together?
Sure, absolutely. So everything, again, comes back to how I was raised. So I was raised in a house where we talk about so much storytelling. My mother was talking about history, what's going on in the world, and beautiful, beautiful, rich African, culture. We have so much history. So when I was putting together Lovinah, one thing I wanted to do was to celebrate everybody, like celebrate your sacred self. And when you talk about celebrating yourself, you have to look at everything from the inside out. I was thinking about goddesses. I was thinking about women, the role that we play in a society as women. I felt women, we pretty much bring life into the world, and that was a key decision on my part to create a brand that would embrace you as a woman, embrace everything we do, embrace our sacred self, your divine self. So when I was creating Lovinah, it was more like a storyline, trying to tell a story. We started with a black tea. So black tea is actually African black soap. They've been using it for so many generations. If you go to, they have different types of African black soap. They have the ones from Morocco, which is pretty much based on olive oil. They have from Ghana. They have from Nigeria. We use a black soap from Nigeria. So I wanted to make it more interesting, and then I started researching tea. Teas are they're very, very nice for the skin. They're popular. They're big in antioxidants, and this actually helps your skin out. So we called it black tea because we were using fermented black tea, which I think now is a big deal. You're talking about fermentation and all those different teas, but this actually started in Africa. So when I was doing my skincare product, I wanted to tell a story so people can see a different side of Africa, not just what they see on CNN and all this other popular, media. I wanted to know there's a rich story behind these things. They were using this product, this ingredient, long before science, before modern science, to take care of your skin. So black soap has been there from the very beginning. People are still using it today. So what I did at Lovinah was to actually bring it up and then try and modernize it by adding black tea, by adding other glycolic acid and other scientific-based product, things that have been clinically tested and know the work, to try and extend the black soap and make it more appealing to everybody. We have dragon's blood. Dragon's blood has been there for a long time. I was actually looking for Asian remedies they used back in the days for acne, to heal wounds and to exfoliate the skin. And that's when I came across dragon's blood, which is actually a tree. It's a sap from a tree of the dragon's tree. And they have different variation of that. They have Egyptians used it back in the days as one of the ingredients in the embalming fluid. So is a very popular thing right now. It's becoming trendy, but it's always been there. And that was what they used back in the days as natural bandage. When you have an injury, you can put a sap on your hand and it actually forms like a thin coat. You feel it. You can actually see it forming and tightening your skin. So when I started researching that more, it was so wonderful. I remember trying to find out, I was looking at the different content, and that was when I realized dragon's blood from Peru had more medicinal benefits. And I contacted a friend. It was a local co-op actually in Peru, and they sent me a sample, and I used it on my face, and I could see the difference right away. When I saw that, what was going through my mind was, we have this thing that is working, and they use it back in the days to treat different skincare problems. How can I make it work for the modern day woman? Because now times are faster, where it's more polluted. You go out now, you have smoke and cigarettes and all those different things in the air. What can we do to extend, to make it even better for today's women? And I sat down with my chemist. We came to a drawing board and decided, you know what, this is a perfect ingredient. We can add other things to it to make it more effective, and that's what we did with dragon's blood. Another key ingredient that we have is moringa. Moringa is so good. I'm a smoothie person. I love green smoothie. We actually have a smoothie line at Walmart called Joy Superfoods, and moringa is like the main ingredients in that. Moringa has like powerful antioxidants. It has a lot of amino acids. It's really, really powerful, and when you drink it, you actually feel it. And you can even do a moringa test at home by taking the seeds and just put them in like dirty water and you can see it cleansing the water. So when I was thinking about Lovinah, I was thinking about the modern-day woman, the things we do. We're more stressed out today. You're working, more pollution, more everything. And that's how it came about with Lovinah. So I just took everything that they used back in the days and just pretty much decided to make them more effective. So that's what Lovinah is about.
Absolutely. So, and you've just said a mouthful. I mean, it's wonderful. So, Joy, it's really exciting to see how you've taken African black soap, combined it with African tea and glycolic acid. So, overall, your ingredient story has been these African beauty rituals and modernized with Western modern chemistry. It's very exciting to see how you've put all of that together.
Yes, it is. It's it was a lot of work, but it was so interesting. It was very exciting working on the project. And what gives me the most joy is when people call me and they tell me something really works. This works for their skin. So when I was formulating Lovinah, it wasn't about just coming up with a new skincare brand. It was actually fixing or helping people, fix problems, especially when you have hormonal acne, when you have hyperpigmentation, dark spots. That's what Lovinah is about, is to help you fix this problem instead of plugging your pores up. I'm against people using so much makeup and contour. It's everywhere now. They put like 5-6 foundation on the skin. If you have a good skin, you don't have to wear so much makeup, and that's what Lovinah is about.
Right.
To help the modern-day woman reveal her natural glow, to let you know you're beautiful no matter what you look like.
Absolutely.
You're amazing. You don't have to cake your face with so much makeup and foundation and all those different things. I love makeup, but I don't like people just caking your face all day, every day, all day, 7 days a week.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to do. So if you fix the problem with your skin first. Let your skin breathe.
Right.
When you have good skin, that's your best foundation.
Well, and as I close out this segment, and one of the things that you mentioned is dragon blood, which is a sap from an actual tree, and discovered that it actually is a natural Band-Aid. So just really intriguing overall what you've done with the brand. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about how these ingredients are sourced and about some of the triumphs that Joy is experiencing with her brand. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need, from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com.
For all your live or pre-recorded webcasting needs, come to earthchannel.com. Get your web-based message out to a select group or the whole world. It's easy. A pioneer in webcasting, earthchannel.com provides the best products and services to big corporations and government users. And now this same technology is available to you. They have the best Earthcast encoders, servers, and products to meet your technical needs. But wait, don't want to mess with technical stress? No problem. They'll do it for you. EarthChannel.com is your answer. You can use webcasting for lots of things like advertising, marketing, customer support, training, and don't forget web radio and TV. In fact, you're listening to a live Earthcast right now. So come to EarthChannel.com. Actualize your audio or video webcasting needs today. You can't beat the friendly service or the price. Call EarthChannel.com at 1-800-849-8978. That's 1-800-849-8978.
We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
When you're looking for bedding, department store prices can shock you. Well, be shocked no more. Sell steak cheap, not cheap steak. That's the motto of Anna's Linens. Although they don't sell steak, they do sell the best bedding, bath, and home decor items. They strive to provide their merchandise at extreme value to their customers, and they do it. Great everyday prices on everything and military discounts. Plus, if you visit them online, they have clearance items and internet specials. Visit them online now at HealthyLife.net's advertiser page.
Radio your way. HealthyLife.net.
Hey, thanks for staying with us. This is Patty Smucker here at RadioAMB on HealthyLife.net. I'm here with the founder of Lovinah Skincare, Joy Ekhator is with us, and we've been talking about this beautiful brand that has been created utilizing the beauty rituals from the African tradition and some very cool, interesting ingredients. Joy, you mentioned to us in the last segment that you use an ingredient like dragon's blood, which is actually sap from a tree. Tell us how you sourced these ingredients and are able to bring them into products that you're making here in the United States.
Absolutely. That's the hardest part. Because you find this amazing ingredient and say, okay, they have beautiful story behind them. So before we put something into our product, we actually name each product the name of the main ingredient. Mm-hmm. And so I want to know about the story behind it, the history, all the fun stuff. So when people ask me questions, I can tell them this beautiful story. So example is dragon's blood. They have different variety of dragon's blood around the world. I did a lot of research, and that's in my background as a computer programmer really helped me out. So I did with big data, and the first thing I did was to source data from everywhere. I pretty much, I'm getting data like scrapping data from different sources, looking at the clinical studies, looking at information out there, and that's how I found out that dragon's blood from Peru was actually had more medicinal properties. Now, I'm not saying the other dragon's blood are not good, but the one from Peru satisfied what I was looking for at the time. So here comes the problem. How do I source it from Peru? Who do I know in Peru? So I have a couple of friends in Peru, and the first thing I did was to put something on Facebook. Okay, I'm sourcing for dragon's blood. From Peru.
So you use Facebook to source products?
Social media. Yeah, social media. Actually, I was on Facebook. I was on Facebook Small Business Forum, and I was talking about using social media, you know, to source for different things. So I put it out there. I was looking for someone in Peru. And a friend reached out to me. She actually works with a co-op from, you know, that area, that region of the world. And she said, why don't you contact those people and they will help you source it? And I was like, yeah, that's what Lovinah is about. It's about providing more employment, especially to women. So I work with a lot of women co-ops in Africa, and we reached out to this co-op in Peru, and they contacted me back. And I told them what I was looking for. So the biggest risk is actually getting the ingredients here and making sure it's like top quality. So you want to make sure you're buying from a reputable source, is tested. And even when they get here in the United States, you want to make sure you test them, because sometimes you're getting things from different parts of the world. You don't know what kind of testing they've done. Even though they provide you with the certificates of analysis and all this paperwork, you still want to do more work. So that's the hardest part of it all. And then you have to deal with customs also. You're bringing things in the country. We just went through a scary experience where our product was actually with customs for over 3 or 4 weeks, and we sold out, and then we couldn't produce more. So we run into those different situations all the time. We work with a couple of co-ops, different parts of the world. We contact them, they know what we're looking for, and we've pretty much built trust over the years. Mm-hmm. So it's just about finding a reputable supplier, and you guys build trust as you go. But when you get your product in, you have to factor in a lot of things. You're going through customs. You want to make sure you look at all the paperwork, make sure it's tested. And when you get it before you use it in your product, you also want to do your own independent testing to make sure it's top quality. We bought dragon's blood from another source before, and the quality wasn't up to par with what we were getting from Peru, and we couldn't use it. So as a small business that started out, you want to make sure you're sourcing from the right source. You want to make sure they have the testing done. They provide all this documentation to you. And then when you get it here, you want to make sure also that you're testing what you're putting in your product. And that's pretty much how it's been over the years for us.
Wow. So I know we're going to sort of wrap you up here in the next 4 minutes. Tell us what is your biggest triumph. I know that you have been coming out of your shell and being able to talk to people and being able to put this beautiful, beautiful line together. When you think back on this period of time, what's your biggest triumph? Your biggest win?
The biggest win, I would say, was leaving the company that I was working at the company for 12 years. I was with them for 12 years. The biggest was actually leaving that company and knowing I had something to do. So I was there. I started in my early 20s with the company. It was beautiful, and it just got to a point it was becoming toxic.
Mm-hmm.
And some people stay in their job, and you're thinking, oh, I don't have nowhere else to go. I don't have nothing else to do. So when I was there, I was thinking, what do I do? And then that's when I realized, you know what? You have Lovinah,
Mm-hmm.
So I had to make up my mind. I left. I quit the job, and I went to Africa because I have family. So I had time to reflect. I had time to think about what I wanted to do. And when I came back more powerful. I was so happy because I was able to walk away from a very toxic situation
Mm-hmm.
and then build it into something I really, really enjoyed doing. Before Lovinah, my life started and ended with computers. Like, that was everything I knew at the time. But when I came back, I was so excited because now I can actually create a product. People were using this product, and then I'm getting feedback from them telling me, oh, Joy, this worked. I can't believe it worked. Or my friends I told about Lovinah, and they're asking me questions like, Joy, you really started Lovinah?
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe how far you've gone. I mean, we did the Indie Beauty Expo in May. Now we're doing the Cosmoprobe North America in July, and we're going to do Indie again in August. And I couldn't have done none of this without people supporting me. So every day when I wake up, sometimes I pinch myself, or I start screaming like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Or we went to the Indie Beauty Expo. We launched a product for Mother's Day, which is our Goddess Glow collection, and we sold out in 24 hours. And it was the biggest thing I've ever. It gets me emotional because I'm looking at myself. Like a year ago, I wasn't even thinking about that. So, those little moments, those little wins makes me feel so powerful, and, I'm super, super blessed.
That's amazing. And it's a wonderful, wonderful story. And obviously all of the elements, what I love about your story is that all of the elements of your life, your family traditions, the rituals from your country of origin, your success as a model early on and falling in love with makeup, and your smarts being involved with computer technology, you've leveraged all of those to create this beautiful line. Congratulations for your success.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for being with us. Spell the brand name and tell everyone how they can find you.
Oh, so it's Lovinah, Lovinah, and the website is lovinah.com.
Great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us and tell us your story. We're excited about having you be one of our newest American-made beauty brands.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for your time.
All right. And the rest of you stay with us. We have Theda Vallee that is going to be back with us, who's just released a new book. So stay with us. We will be right back.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com.
When you're looking for bedding, department store prices can shock you. Well, be shocked no more. Sell steak cheap, not cheap state. That's the motto of Anna's Linens. Although they don't sell steak, they do sell the best bedding, bath, and home decor items. They strive to provide their merchandise at extreme value to their customers, and they do it. Great everyday prices on everything and military discounts. Plus, if you visit them online, they have clearance items and internet specials. Visit them online now at HealthyLife.net's advertiser page.
We're looking for a few good American beauty manufacturers who want to increase their brand in an exclusive credentialed category. If you're an American company who has conceived, designed, and bottled brands that are all about pretty, then we're pretty sure we're talking about you. And we're pretty sure you should be on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. This beauty website focuses on entrepreneurs and beauty startups as well as established brands. If it's pretty, we want to see it, and we want to sell it on AmericanMadeBeauty.com. To learn how you can be part of AmericanMadeBeauty.com, visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com now.
Oh, man, it never fails. My suitcase just got ripped apart.
Life is a journey. Make it a pleasant one. Use Samsonite. You know the name. For almost a century, Samsonite luggage has proved itself to be the worldwide leader in innovative travel solutions. Let it be yours. Visit HealthyLife.net's affiliate Samsonite on our homepage and click to look at the fine luggage from suitcases to golf travel bags. And don't forget, take a look at their travel accessories. Make life a journey, a pleasant one, with Samsonite.
HealthyLife.net, where positive overcomes negative.
Hi there, it's Patty Smucker, and we're back here for our last segment of RadioAMB on HealthyLife.net. I'm thrilled to have one of our guests that we've had in the past, Theda Vallee, who is a author of paranormal fantasy fiction and sassy kick-ass girl who blogs about life and other absurdities. Theda, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So I understand that since we last chatted, you have released your new book. Will you tell us about it?
Yeah, it came out on Mother's Day,
Mm-hmm.
and it is about a family of Italian witches who happen to get embroiled in a paranormal fantasy world of vampires and fairies and all the supernatural creatures you can think of, and kind of go on a journey of discovery with that magic.
And so what was the inspiration for the book?
Well, I grew up in a really tight-knit Italian community, and so kind of seeing the magical realism that it's still prevalent every single day, with people wearing things to ward from the evil eye, got me really intrigued in that. And then the way that the family is so important in the Italian community, and so I really wanted to write something that embraced, those things from my childhood that I loved, as well as my love for everything paranormal. Right.
And so, but I also understand, so the paranormal, it really creates the intrigue around it all, but in light of everything that's happening in the world right now, you have some really powerful female characters and voices in the story. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was really important for me to write the kind of women that I had always wished that I saw.
Mm-hmm.
And with, the rise of entertainment bringing forward women with success of things like Wonder Woman, there's obviously a big void that women are asking for this. And so I wanted to make sure that I wrote women of every single piece of the spectrum. So I have characters in there that are in their 70s and their 50s and big girls, small girls, every shape, size, and I wanted to be able to portray women in every bit of spectrum that they are, and that they're powerful and strong no matter what they take as their reality.
Right. And so can you tell us a little bit about the story without just enough to get us hooked?
Yeah, definitely. So we come into this story, and it is, we focus on the family, a matriarch, a grandmother, and her two granddaughters that she's raising, as well as her sister and her niece and their family of witches who do cures from their kitchen, but they also go to Mass on Sunday. And they've known that, their oldest has this power of witchcraft in her, and she's kind of hidden it because she had some tragedy in their back life. And So people start going into coma in the town around them, and she becomes a suspect, and the whole family gets pulled in and embroiled into the mystery. We have scenes where the grandmother's trying to clean up a crime scene. So it really is a full family adventure with lots of pasta and lots of that love of family.
Lots of pasta. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So came out in May, and we are now sitting in late June. What has been some of the reaction that you're getting?
It is actually overwhelming how positive it's been, with people talking about being able to relate a female character they can relate to. There's some people are like, well, I'm not sure about the main character. She's kind of, a broken, damaged person. And it's like, yeah, she is. She's supposed to be excellent. You're getting it.
Right. It's exactly how I wrote her.
Right? And it's like, just showing that, as women, we choose not to embrace pieces of ourselves a lot of time because we feel like we're not supposed to. And it's her journey to do that, and so it's just been really great seeing people connect to that and understand that and feel empowered by it.
But you say something that's really interesting, and I think that this is one of the powerful pieces of being able to channel your work into as an author, and that is that so many women only want to embrace certain parts of themselves and leave certain parts on the table. Speak to how you're wrapping your work around that concept and helping to make a positive message for women.
Yeah, I think we're, as women, afraid of different elements of ourselves that society says, aren't necessarily feminine or woman-like, or, if you're going to be a mother, you pick being a mother and you can't have any of these other things. You can't be sexy, you can't be flirty, you can't be, professional. And so I really want to make sure that as I'm writing these characters, they have those layers of complexity, because I'm hoping that other women will see, like, okay, I am allowed to have all of these pieces and components, and I don't have to leave things out simply because I chose this path. I am not pigeonholed into being just this one thing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And during the time that you were writing the book, was some of the various different things going on in the world relative to the Me Too movement and all of the things in society going on, did it play a role in shaping some of the characters?
Yeah, I think it made my want and my will to really get that pulled forward even more, because I'm guilty of the same thing. I've spent so much of my life pushing down elements of myself because I was afraid of them because they weren't, female enough for what the world says they're supposed to be. And, I really, as I'm seeing these things come up and women are getting a stronger voice and bonding together, wanted to show that power in coming together and having a strong group of female people who, lift each other up. And that's what happens in the book is, it's almost all female characters, and they're lifting each other up and pulling each other forward, by sheer willpower of accepting the reality of who they are and loving each other. And I wanted that to be a really focal point because it's important now, especially.
Absolutely. And I know that you've had a very interesting journey in terms of some medical crisis that's really propelled you forward. And can you share a little bit about how you keep yourself motivated and positive in the world?
Yeah. I think one of the biggest things is that I look for places and spaces where I can be of service. Because I think it's very easy. One of my aunts was actually going through cancer the same time I was, and she told me, you need to go and do for others because that's how you're going to get out of your own head. And so by finding spaces where I can help lift up other women, I'm part of a group called the Girls Club that is all about fostering, female friendship and camaraderie and just other places like that where my voice can come in, my time and effort can come in to making sure that I'm contributing to that, that really keeps me motivated and keeps my frame of mind positive.
Absolutely. Well, Theda, it's so always awesome to have a chance to spend a few minutes. It's never enough time, but thank you for taking the time to tell us a little about it. Before you leave, remind our audience, what is the name of the book?
It is Stir Until Petrified.
Stir Until Petrified. And if people wanted to reach out to you on social media, how do they do that?
They can find me on Facebook as Theda Vallee. They can find me on Twitter. My website is ThedaVallee.com.
And spell your first and last name.
It is ThedaVallee.
Great. Theda, thank you so much for taking some time to be with us today and for the contribution that you're making in the world. As a woman, I really, my hat's off to you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Patty. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, well, that will do it for us today. Two powerful, powerful woman stories today. Thanks for taking the time to be with us, and don't miss us next week, because you think we had two powerful women today. June Olson is going to be with us next week, and June is a love, love, love of my life that has been with me for many, many decades, and I'm delighted to bring her to you and share with you some things that she's doing to help bring beauty to the masses. I'm Patty Smucker. Thanks for listening to Radio AMB, where we think pretty is pretty important in all things in beauty.
For all your live or pre-recorded webcasting needs, come to earthchannel.com. Get your web-based message out to a select group or the whole world. It's easy. A pioneer in webcasting, earthchannel.com provides the best products and services to big corporations and government users. And now this same technology is available to you. They have the best Earthcast encoders, servers, and products to meet your technical needs. But wait, don't want to mess with technical stress? No problem. They'll do it for you. EarthChannel.com is your answer. You can use webcasting for lots of things like advertising, marketing, customer support, training, and don't forget web radio and TV. In fact, you're listening to a live Earthcast right now. So come to EarthChannel.com. Actualize your audio or video webcasting needs today. You can't beat the friendly service or the price. Call EarthChannel.com at 1-800-849-8978. That's 1-800-849-8978.
Here's the thing about beauty. It's pretty. At AmericanMadeBeauty.com, we're all about the pretty, making it easy for you to find what makes your beauty shine. We have essentially everything you need, and AmericanMadeBeauty.com celebrates brands that were created right here in the U.S. of A. Imagine everything you need from the best hair, skin, and nail products to makeup and even the tools, because it's all about pretty at AmericanMadeBeauty.com. We also think you're pretty important, so visit AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Browse, buy, learn. AmericanMadeBeauty.com. Obstacle racing. You know you want to try it. Well, try Reebok's Spartan Race, the global leader in obstacle racing. With 4 different race levels, their goal is to get you up off the couch and throw you into the mud and on the trails to give you the adrenaline rush of your life. Obstacle courses are designed to test your resilience, strength, stamina, quick decision-making skills, and give you the ability to laugh in the face of adversity. Visit HealthyLife.net advertiser page and click on Spartan Race.
HealthyLife.net, the positive radio network.